Holy shit, I'm live. Shit, I just swore. I'm not gonna be able to blank this stuff out, eh? Right. So already I'm beginning to see how frustrating it is to go live, but I noticed it's not the same as streaming. Ooh, what's happening? There's little pop-ups here. Yeah, let's start a poll. How many people want me to continue? A show of hands. If everybody abstains, I will continue. There's absolutely no one here except myself. I'm asking myself how I'm doing. All right. So, yeah. Why am I doing this? Just practice. Another option. I'm discovering how restrictive it is already. I had to turn off the music. I was mindful of the fact that I can't play anything in the background, or else I'll be copyright striked, which is a bit of a pain, especially when I'm trying to keep the motivation up for this workout, which I really didn't feel like doing. You know, the only way that a workout's going to work is if there's consistency, and I had consistency while it was still fresh and exciting, but for the last couple of weeks, I've really had to force myself to do the exercise. I had a bit of a run-in with a guy who was working on my house, and that took up a lot of my energy. I wasn't really all that keen to continue working because I felt kind of, well, by working, I mean, even by working out, or by work, I mean working out. I wasn't all that keen on working out. I was just so dead. I was psychologically burned, and I had no motivation. And so the hold on, I'm just gonna do a couple of sit-ups here. Well, it's actually not that hard. I don't know why I'm grunting. Maybe for dramatic effect. I got my scar here. Oh no, how you doing? She just wants to lick my head. She likes the sweat. No, you cannot lick my head. You cannot lick my head, puppy. That's the only time she comes to see me. Is when you want to lick my sweaty head, which is kind of gross. Anyways, like I was saying, one of the drawbacks of being psychologically burned is that all those things that I was telling a work colleague of mine about how it's important to have discipline. Discipline doesn't care about how you feel. We had a little bit of a debate regarding depression being a state of mind. I mean, like if you've got a chemical imbalance, it's not a question of having willpower. It's not a question of just being able to, just like work through your. I mean, yes, there's certain activities you can do, like for instance, working out, but it's a little bit of a chicken and an egg scenario. If you don't have the motivation to work out, but you know that working out is going to help you with your depression, but you're depressed, and so I guess in Shia LaBeouf's famous words, just out is burning. Oh, yeah, he didn't say that though. In Shia LaBeouf's famous words, just do it. However, that's very reductionist. It reduces the complex issue of depression, and lack of motivation, to a simplistic catchphrase. But maybe perhaps that's what we need to do sometimes, is not to complicate things too much. There's absolutely nobody watching. Oh, no, there can't be anybody watching this. There's a difference between what does it mean to go live? Does it mean that does it mean that people can see this while I'm No, Nella, come on, it's gross. You can be near me, but just stop clicking. What are you doing? God, it's like you're making audible noises with your tongue. So you're just whipping out there. Why are you escaping? She likes to escape. Go under the bed. Are you gonna go hide? Gonna go hide under the bed? Anyhow, so I started feeling like a bit of an idiot with all of my discussions about having discipline, blah, blah, blah. But no, last week was really rough, man. Like I had this freaking angry dude come over to my house and do some work, and he was just a very angry, cynical, just negative human being. Like, the type of guy you say hi to and they don't even bother like answering you. They don't even grunt. So I tried to work past that, so I was even more exuberant in saying hello. And I thought, okay, it's just a little personality quirk as long as he does good work. But I mean, as is seen in a previous video of mine, he didn't do any good work. So I wound up losing a little over $1,000. And that, in conjunction with other issues right now, like I have a business and Google kind of did something to one of my listings. So not only is there a decline in my industry right now because of inflation, high interest rates. I have a moving company, right? So people just, they're not moving around that much because every time they do, they have to face rental increases. So people have learned to stay put, and there aren't that many people purchasing homes because the interest rates have gone up. So already there was a decline in business there. But with Google removing one of my listings and merging it with another one on Google Maps, I lost an entire area that I can service and that I do service, where there's a lot of turnaround because there's a lot of condos, a lot of people moving out of there. They're annoyed by the ongoing construction, the cramped environment. It's called Griffintown here in Montreal. It's a pretty new development in the last, I would say, 10 years. There's been maybe, I don't know, over 20 gigantic buildings that have been constructed, thousands of rental units, condos. So yeah, that was a good market, but I lost that because of losing my Google Maps listing there. So I'm working on that right now. I'm also working on some issues here at the house, and all of that just made it so that in the end, I'm just not motivated. And then yeah, like I said, I wound up feeling like a bit of an idiot, giving all sorts of what seems now in retrospect to be just pat advice. Like, hey man, you just discipline doesn't care about how you feel. Actually, well, it's true. Discipline doesn't care about how you feel. But I mean, I guess the first step is just to get my ass on that thing. And when I do, I wind up feeling pretty good about myself, but it's just getting there. That's really hard. Like just starting. It's it causes me anxiety. I'm like, yeesh, what if I'm not gonna be able to do it? So I'm hoping that if I can get a few weeks / months under my belt, that I'm gonna be able to kind of maneuver around, figure out a way around the initial anxiety. I'm just gonna hang for a minute, and this one I do want to count it out because it's hard. I do a lot of stretches that focus on my shoulder. I have an inflamed bursa in my right shoulder primarily. And I started focusing a lot on these stretches after having waited months for the free medical system to get back to me. I think I emailed them, called them in early March or April of this year. It's been almost like 6, 7 months, and they haven't gone back to me. So I did a little bit of investigation, and okay, we're gonna call it. It seems like a minute. My forearms are really burning. So what I discovered is that by increasing the space here in the shoulder, I'm allowing for the ligament that rubs on the bursa to have more space. So it's not as irritated. And it's been working out a lot. And the rowing as well has helped me out tremendously. So I'm really pleased about this because, man, at one point, let's say, for instance, when I was trying to turn off my night light over here, maybe I should stream, but I need software for that apparently. Anyways, so when I was trying to turn off my night light, so I'm lying down like this, right? If I was trying to, as I was reaching for the light switch, I couldn't lift my eyes. I literally had to pick up. I had to use this arm and this hand and maneuver this one and treat my right arm like it was a grabber, like an extension of my left. Why didn't I just reach with my left? I know. Because I couldn't. I needed that little extra bit of arm, a little bit of reach. So my face is itchy. I need the shower. I'm going to be taking a cold shower after this. I'm actually looking forward to that because there have been studies as well demonstrating that cold showers help with depression. I mean, it gets really technical. I try to focus on the takeaway, right? So the colder the water, the less time you have to stay in there, and the better it is for you. Apparently, it does something. Whatever. Like, fuck. This isn't going to be like a scientific paper here or a scientific essay. It stimulates parts of your brain that help in curbing depression. So the exercise, the cold showers, the feeling of accomplishment, all of those things in combination help me get through the day. And there's some days where, unfortunately, I need a little bit more help than usual. And I wouldn't say that today is one of those days, because there are certain things that I'm looking forward to, like the family's money. I'm looking forward and simultaneously dreading certain things. It's Thanksgiving here, and so the family's coming over, so that's going to be fun. But then inevitably, I'll say something that my girlfriend doesn't agree with, and she'll tell me, "Hey, you shouldn't have said that," and then maybe we'll have a debate. Usual family dysfunctional nonsense type of thing. Anyways, I'm just going to pump out a couple of push-ups. I'll come back to you. But remember, this live stream is primarily experimental. So, I have to say, though, I've been inspired, unfortunately, by Gideon, as I wrote on a site that criticizes him. I am both. I both like him and hate him at the same time. That feels like it was 20. I'm going to be doing 3 sets of 20. It's hard to talk and count. I just can't do it. So that's it. So I find that his videos are juvenile, but I admire the hell out of him for going to the NBA. getting a haircut, taking a nap, going to a weightlifting competition with a muscle suit. The guy's outrageous. It's just absolutely wild what he does. Um, yeah, so I figured, hey, he's he's doing some live streams. No, he maybe he did. No, he did a couple, but I think it was on Twitch. I am precariously balancing my computer here. Okay, let's get a couple of these done. Keep the back straight. Whew. All right. Boy, I'm not even noticing the absence of music because I'm doing both this and by this I mean the exercise and talking. So that's kind of fun. Look at that. While I was setting up my computer, there's a bunch of sweat there. Ugh. Sweat everywhere. So this week is me trying to recover that consistency. Like I said, last week I didn't do anything. I gave up temporarily. And it's okay sometimes to give up, but I don't want to turn it into a habit, right? I don't want to be like, oh, Erickson, okay, so you've given up this week. All right, let's give up next week. And, do a couple more weeks and give up some more. Like, I'm checking out the time because I need to be gone by 11. I've got all these things today to accomplish. Look at that. Huh? Well, it's really not a heavy day, but there's a few things. There's some tight timings there. My son's meeting me at a job site. We're going to be loading up 3 appliances, storing them, and I'm picking up my kids. Oh, look who's coming out of her hiding spot. Hey Nella. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here to lick my face again? You're sick. Come here. Who's a good girl? Are you a good girl? Here, roll over. Come here. Roll over. Roll over. Roll over. Hey. She likes it when I rub her belly. Look at that. Look at that. Let's make that leg go. God, how do we make that leg go? Right there. Yeah. You good girl? Yes, you are. Okay, get out of the way, Fatso. Come on. Gotta do my push-ups. You gotta do my push-ups. Okay. This time I will be silent. I want to do 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 99, 100. Go with it. Just go with it. All right. I'm picking up some dirt every time she comes out from underneath the bed. Sorry, always a little bit of dirt. Hey, by the way, today is October 5th. Is it? No, hold on. I can't see. Yeah, hey, today's October 6th. So in about 4 days, whew, is there another stretch that I could be doing right now? I did that one, did this one, did that one. Nope, that's better. Yeah, in about 4 days, it'll be 2 months that I haven't used the weed. I'm so happy. Like, I don't even really think about it in the evenings anymore. No, it's just something that isn't on my mind all the time now. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on it. I have I have been watching a crap ton of I have been watching a crap ton of I'm going to precariously balance my computer again. Now I'm going to do some pull-ups. Really hope this computer doesn't fall. Yeah, I've been watching a crap ton of videos. So if anybody does eventually watch this, then yes, my pull-ups are not that amazing, okay? Like I'm 235 pounds, and since this morning I've had coffee and half a liter of water, so I'm probably 236.5, maybe 237. But I did lose some sweat. So I'm probably 236, and so I'm just gonna do like a halfway pull-up. All right. So yeah, there's not a full extension and all that nonsense. It starts off with a full extension though. 20. Okay. This is my last set here. Last set of this. I want to develop the triceps a little bit more. I find that they're not really that big. I don't need big, but I definitely appreciate the definition. All right, let's catch our breath. Let's catch our breath. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1,000. Woo! It seemed like way less. Woo! Okay, now I'm going to set up the bench. Set up this bench over here. Is there enough ledge? Oh yeah, there's a bit of ledge. I'm really pushing it like there's this much ledge for a laptop. That's that deep. I'm prepping for my bench pressing. I really don't do a lot because, like I said, bursitis. The goal here is not to do a bunch of things that are going to exacerbate the issue. The goal really is to just strengthen the shoulders, stretch them out, increase the space where there's the inflammation, and just be able to do this. I mean, my God, that's just astounding for me. You know, like that really wasn't something with this arm, especially. It's really not something I was able to do. And all of that, really, because when I first started cleaning up the land here, out in the distance over there, I wanted to be able to see the lake. So I spent, given how obsessive I am, I spent a day, like 6-7 hours, cutting the branches, and they just killed me. And oh yeah, and then I went back the next day and put in as many hours, and now I've had this issue for like 3 years. This one was impacted a little bit as well, but it's actually okay. It's not that bad. So I haven't been able to work out for a few years now. I haven't been able to. So you know, like I was getting the man boobs, or at least for me, like these were getting a little bit floppy, you know, like. But now, you know, like I'm 52, right? And I mean, my anxiety and my stress and all this nonsense makes it so that I'm more sedentary than I should be. The fact that I'm isolated here in the country, I don't walk out to anywhere. I always have to jump to my car or jump on my bike, my motorcycle. So yeah, but not too bad for a 52-year-old whose dad died of a heart attack at 56. I've outlived all of my siblings. My sister died about 3 years ago. She really poor health. She was way overweight. She had diabetes and had a couple of toes amputated and stuff like that, and she could not walk anymore. She was in a wheelchair last time I saw her. I tried to bring her over here for Christmas, but we weren't able to pull her body, her weight into the car, and she was just yelling out in pain. So a few months after that, I think 4 or 5 months after that, she died. She died on my birthday, actually, about 3 years ago. So here we go. I'm gonna do a couple of these. I'm only doing one set. Keep the back straight, everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. Because I'm going to do one of my favorite stretches. Still trying to lick me. Yeah, this is one of my favorite stretches because I look like a mystical being. It allows me to stretch my inner thighs, which is important because I pull this one quite a bit. I'm often rotating, pivoting, pushing off, riding my bike. So I feel that this really needs to be focused on. I curiously, even though it's my favorite stretch, I forget it often. I just get wrapped up with leaving or attending to my daily activities that I forget about it. But one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite stretches because I get to shut up and meditate for a few seconds. So I'm going to do that now. All right. So now let's go do some bench pressing. Like I said, I don't have any of those like, hey dude, how much do you bench press? No, I'm 250. Oh yeah, wow, that's pretty good. I did 450, blah, 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 whatever. I don't care for that nonsense. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I got distracted by a little leaf here. It's really hard for me to move on when there's mess or things are crooked. I need things to be straight. I need things to be perpetually tidy. Classified, organized. Just the way it is. Like, I'm fully aware that a lot of this has to do with my childhood trauma. My parents were horrible in terms of cleanliness. So what do I have here? I have 70. Maybe I have 10 pounds on the ends. So that's 80. With the bar, yeah, we're looking at 250. Anyways, I got this Smith machine a few years ago. I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to use it for a little while because I was constructing this house. But now it's back, and I don't want to mess up my shoulder, so I'm keeping things on the low end. Again, I don't care about pushing heavy weights. I don't care about any of that nonsense. For me, what's mostly important is just developing the habit of doing this exercise or doing this routine, doing these exercises. And the reason why I got this is because I'm here alone, right? So the thing that's amazing, a lot of people will be like, oh, a Smith machine, it's bad. It just controls the weight. Yeah, it controls the weight. But if I should like all of a sudden develop a severe pain in my shoulder, I got these stoppers here, so I'm not going to get decapitated with the 450 pounds that I'm pushing. It's just like a fishing story, isn't it? All right, let's do this. Woohoo! Okay. Arch the back. Ah, shit. I'm too far ahead. Okay, here we go. I'm only going to do one set. And the reason is that I've already done some push-ups and I have one final set of push-ups to do. And then it's time to hit the cold shower. So let's get this done. Let's do our, whoops. Am I gonna be able to get through here? No, I'm not. No. There we go. What time is it? So I've already missed a pile of calls. Okay, no one call. Please call me when you get a chance. Okay, so I listed a. Oh. I listed one of those soccer tables. I got it off a client that declared bankruptcy and they couldn't pay for their storage anymore, so they told me just to keep everything. And one of those things was the the foosball or the soccer table. So, but nobody's here to play it, and it's just going to get destroyed because I don't have any place to put it here. So it's out on the back porch with a tarp on it. And my stupid ADHD, man, I went to the phone to look for at the time, and I got distracted. Ah, shit, it's 10:30. Okay, shut up, Erickson. Anyway, so yeah, so I listed it yesterday. Jesus Christ, I've got about 15, 20 replies, man. A guy sent me a deposit, doesn't even know who the hell I am. One, two, three. Woo! That's it for today. I have finished my training. And this is on top of the 6 kilometers that I did with my, what's it called? It's the type of rowing machine that they have in the CrossFit gyms. So what's it called? I want to try to remember. I don't want to look. What's it called? CrossFit machine. I'm going to look. Concept. Damn it. It's right here. It's a wonderful machine. I love it. I spent a little over $1,000, but it's helped me out with my shoulder. Here we are in my bathroom. You'll notice there's no ceiling. See that? There's no ceiling. The reason I did that is so that we could keep the timber frame visible, because that's beautiful. It's a beautiful feature. See? So it doesn't close it off. Look at that. Nice, huh? And you'll never guess where I got that idea from. It was IKEA. I had the idea at IKEA. You know, when you go through the store, they don't have any ceilings. So right now I'm going to be removing my trainers. And by trainers, I mean they're super amazing. Like, I feel really connected to the ground. So much so that today when I'm going to wear my nice dress shoes, holy Jesus, it's like I'm wearing phone books on my feet. These guys are light, they're flexible. And yes, again, even though I'm so neat, I actually have to go put these where they belong. Everything has its place. Okay, so now I'm going to keep this pointing upwards because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. I am going to be taking, so when I step here, yep, okay, good. You're not going to see my private bits. So you know how when you first start a shower, it's always cold? Yeah, so I'm not letting this baby warm up. I am really concerned about showing you guys my private bits. So here we go, watch this. This is good. It's actually enjoyable when you get used to it. Oh, boy. Woo! The important thing is to control your breathing. It's kind of hard to do when you're talking. Woo-hoo. But you know what, man? I'm telling you, it's really helping with my depressed thinking. I'm often plagued with ideas such as, hey, Erickson, you're 52, you're still struggling financially, you haven't saved up all that much money. I mean, I don't look at the fact that I've got this house that apparently is worth a lot of money. It is mostly paid off. It'll be completely paid off in 2 years. I don't look at those things. I look at things like, hey, whoop, it's getting warm. No, don't want it warm. Want it cold. Cold. Woo! We're following the called. I read about it recently. Called the, let me think. Anyways, it's this belief that you need to deprive yourself of comfort on a daily basis. You know, being comfortable is great and everything, but it's also good sometimes to subject yourself to some hardships. You know, you don't want to be taking things for granted. That's why I really do appreciate Ramadan. I mean, maybe not for such an extended period of time, but I have got a squeegee glass here. Otherwise, there's these minerals in the water. The water's from a well. So in French, we call it de l'eau dure, which means that it has these minerals, which are not bad for consumption, but if you leave the water in glass, it leaves a little film. So again, the spirit of remaining neat, keeping things clean. Yeah, that was fun. Let's make sure that we're not gonna get banned here. I also like to air dry. My girlfriend likes to tease me about it. She also likes to see, hey Erickson, did you scrub the armpits? Did you do your chest? I'm like, yes, honey. No, you always forget the chest. You always forget your armpits. Hey, another thing that I'm really proud of is that I use a straight blade. I started doing that back when I was in my 20s. The Gillette razors were way too expensive. So a workaround was to buy these straight blades, which were so much cheaper. But initially, I did cut myself a lot. But now I'm pretty good at it. On love to when my girlfriend and I, when we fight, I'll take care of, which I shouldn't be doing now because I got a strict schedule and my back's wet. It's not working out that well. So I'm gonna come back to that. I hate having a hairy back. Can't stand it. Really bothers me. Wow. That's the first, people. I don't usually start something and then give it up. My obsessive nature doesn't allow me to do that very often. But in this instance, I don't have much of a choice because it wasn't really working out that well. Hey, Nella. What are you doing? Just chilling? Chilling at the top of the stairs. Woo! Now we're gonna get dressed. And I don't necessarily have to wear dress shoes today, but I don't know. I don't get to go out looking nice. Oh yeah, you'll notice that I didn't use any deodorant or anything like that. I hate deodorant. I certainly don't promote the use of deodorant with aluminum in it. You know, your pores are there for a reason, man. You don't want to start blocking them. So what? Whoa! That was a close one. Yeah. So I certainly don't. I'm not saying go out and smell like a horrible person or don't bathe, but if you bathe and you eat relatively well, I mean, Jesus Christ, guys. Smelling, having a scent is normal. Like if it's within reason, I guess. And we all know, well, maybe we don't all know, but the scent that we produce is just the byproduct of the living organisms on our skin. So that's what's going on there. I'll be back in a second. I have to go put away my towel. It always has to be folded like this. This side to the left. The open side to the left. And placed on the towel rack. They don't do that. It troubles me during the course of the day. I'm like, whoa, good. I didn't put my things away. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. And it just stays there. So I think one of the main reasons why I do attend to these things is because I don't want to be burdened by a whole series of things that I've forgotten. The minute I notice something, I put it on my list, like something that needs to be cleaned or fixed or tidied or whatever attended to. I always make sure that I write stuff down and I get it out of here so I can worry about other things. I can have a clear mind to worry about other things. This is stupid. Anyways, how are we doing on time? Where are my glasses? Hello. Bonjour, mes lunettes. Comment allez-vous? Yeah, the guy texted and called me from the soccer table. Like, dude, relax, man. Your life will go on. Ooh, hey, guess what? Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Yeah, I did. I guarded my privacy, guarded my private bits. So yeah, it's time to end this. I'm glad that you guys were able to join. I don't know who the hell's watching. I don't think anybody is, but at least this was a first good live stream, and I'm hoping. Yeah, no, nobody seems to be watching. So whatever. Yeah, see you in some other form at some other moment. Au revoir.